sa surutkan ko. Kau kita akan bagi as this round versus game. Gak terpaling my shoulders. Tahu ku sang petarung. Kau bisa buat ku lengah, but you can keep me from my honor. I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're serving my arms. Cause I don't just want me. I got you like na-na-na-na. And you know you hold the power. Cause we are better than great. Cause we are better than great. Aku yang terhebat, apa memang ku jadi terhebat. Transcend myself into this game, yeah. I have the power to tell me afraid. Kemenangan bukan tiga lemah. We stood on the game, we shall reveal. Better than great, it's how we feel. I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're serving my arms. Cause I don't just want me. I got you like na-na-na-na. And you know you hold the power. Cause we are better than great. I can tell you if I don't stand in my way. Stand in front of you talking. We are better than great. Keep it up to him. Harap pinang tayo pagi. Pero parang kabaliba. We are better than great. Cause we are better than great.
The Shadow Dragon was once my biggest weakness, but now it's my most potent weapon.
Cosmic Dragon, rise and soar! Dragon Stomp! Dragon Scales! Dragon Rush!
Rise beyond greatness and seize your own destiny.
Tonight, we celebrate mlbb Esport.
Do the kaldak! Do the kaldak!
This is the Suman Challenge.
Go! Oh, 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 oh.
May जाओ ने
Just it, just it.
Welcome to M5 Gala.
kamu?
Iritel.
Franco. Nana.
Nana.
Nana, correct!
Hey!
Best dressed team,
Ole!
Ole! Best dressed, Super Marco!
Thank you so much for joining us at the M5 Gala, and we'll see you at the M5 World Championship.
Have you ever wondered what is our identity?
Our identity isn't limited to just esport players.
Our style.
Sweat.
Our passion.
And vibe.
Feel our energy.
When we dominate the stage.
The hours of sacrifice.
Shape who we are. So, what is our identity?
We are legendary.
In the history of M Series, no host country has ever won the championship title. No other region has ever claimed the throne. No team has ever secured the championship twice. In this thrilling showdown, 16 teams across the world have gathered once more to seize the trophy. Which teams will prove themselves in their epic rivalry rematch? Will a new region unveil their strength and climb to the top? And who will leave an unforgettable mark with their skills? Behold, the old guards, seasoned titans returning to reclaim glory.
Судьба будет в наших руках.
The newcomers, eager to forge their legacy.
Kita di sini untuk lawan yang terbaik, kami nggak takut tantangan apapun.
Emerging from the ashes, the rising stars are vying for the spotlight.
Kita orang dah tunggu lama untuk momen ni.
This is our time. It's now or never.
Enter the contenders, here to defy the status quo and rewrite the narrative.
We've weathered the storm. This is where we break through.
Nós somos brasileiros e a gente não desiste nunca.
The kings, legends in their own right, descend to defend their crown.
Kita sudah merasai kemenangan. Ini saatnya kita menguasai dunia.
Naitaas na namin ang kampyonato at itataas ulit namin ngayon.
Babawiin namin ang corona para sa aming hari at reyna.
Get ready as the stage is set for the most dynamic championship of the year. It all begins here. It's time to see who will be better than great.
Like I might get over, but you could give me in no corner. I know I can make a comeback. floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my eyes. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I feel. Oh yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great.
Can't get it great, I'm better than great. I play my own role, I've been kinda greatest. Transcend myself into this game, yeah. I feel the power to dominate fate. Championship mind, no time for the weak. We start to the game, shine, reveal. Better than great, that's how we feel.
I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my eyes. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I feel. Oh yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great. If we stand tall and believe we can make it, you and me, with a sense of urgency, you'll see I'm better than great. I'm better than great. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm better than. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great.
I am the #1 seed, the champion of the arena. The fans adore me because I've never lost. Yet you are afraid. Afraid that you will lose everything. Do you ever get scared of losing, Kimmy?
Well, big girl, I think we should cherish the joy and excitement of each game. Not who won or lost.
That's right. I'll strive for victory, but I won't.
torture. You can keep me off my guard, but you can't keep me from my honor. Nah, 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 I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my arms. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I do. Oh, yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We send our woman away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great. We are better than great. Can't get it great. I'm better than great. I play my own role. I become the greatest. Transcend myself into this game, yeah. I feel the power to dominate fate. Championship mind, no time for the weak. What's up to the game? Shot reveal. Better than great, that's how we feel. I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my arms. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I do. Oh, yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We send our woman away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great. We are better than great. If we stand tall and believe we can make it, you and me, with a sense of urgency, you'll see I'm better than great. I'm better than great. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm better than. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We send our woman away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great. We are better than great.
Welcome back to the Mobile Legends Bang Bang M5 World Championship Group Stage. LaFell here alongside my Habibis, Yasu and Wolf will be your casters for the final best of 3 series of the day between Onyx and Bigatron Suns.
And you have to know that the M5 World Championship is powered by Munton, presented by Kadia, and supported by ROG, the official gaming phone grab, the official super app partner, and Secret Lab, our official chair partner.
Thanks so much to our lovely sponsors. M5 will not be possible without your support.
And hey, guys, if you don't already know, the ROG Phone 6 is M5's official gaming phone, and it packs the game-winning power of Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset with a class-leading game-cooled 6 thermal system that lets you break every limit.
And it also comes with that spectacular 165 Hz AMOLED display and a monster 6,000 milliampere battery. So having that said, and as you can see here, ROG, we're having Bing tests for the players to just make sure that everything is fair and everything is, let's say that we keep the competition healthy.
Let me just say, while we're looking at the ping test here, the ROG Phone 6 is spectacular for our professional players. So it's going to be spectacular for all of you guys at home watching them testing. And I mean, look at this. He's using the Ling.
Okay, this is Kyrie. I know this. The
but the
signature.
name is Boots.
Yeah, true.
You know
but
what?
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Kyrie's signature ring. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Oh, the bones.
Either way, I got to say thank you very much, ROG. I'll be thankful even more if we get a, one for all. I'm just saying.
More thankful.
We wouldn't say no.
But still thankful.
Very thankful.
Yeah.
Very thankful.
Like we say here in the Philippines, sana all.
Sana all. And again, the RG phone is amazing. And speaking of amazing, this is going to be an amazing match because I would say a lot is on the line for both teams because Onyx, this is their path to becoming gods among men But it has to be said, historically, Onyx, for some reason or the other, during the group stages, something happens and they lose out the first game.
Well, speaking of Team Onyx, I kinda cannot neglect the fact that they have 3 MPLID back-to-back, also an MSC this season, so it might be a golden road.
Yeah, this is what they're aiming for, and yeah, it's very unfortunate that they have this curse during the group stages, but it's which is weird because in this international series, international world championship, you know, this is the first time where we can see some team getting out after the group stages. So if you don't perform well in the group stages, you can easily be eliminated and be out of the tournament. So that is something that Onyx should shake off. They have to shake off the curse.
Hey, you know what? If that happens, that's not on my bingo board. Right now, we're going to look at Onyx's path to becoming gods among men. And let me just say, losing in the group stages, we have a saying in Malay, Hero Kalah Dulu, which means the heroes always lose first. But then, during the climax, they'll become the champion. So, again, this is Onyx's chance. They've won everything this year.
Yep. The golden road, right? The first Grand Slam in MLBB history might happen. I think that they have a very strong chance. And I think that this might be the squad that they are able to. They have a squad that you cannot doubt their strength at all. Like Big Kyrie, actually I get Big Kyrie, we don't know that. But Big Boots, for example, you know, Keyboy is just amazing. CW is pretty much on point. And Sans is just crazy. Like everybody from the side of Onyx is just destined to win. It's just like this, we're just playing Onyx game.
Well, that's the question here. Can BTR spoil Onyx M5 opener? Because... And actually looking here at the statistics, they do lose their first match. Look at the M3, they lost against Onyx PH, and also they lost against Team Falcons in the MSC. So it's kind of a thing for Team Onyx to lose their first matches and then becoming somehow the champions.
Maybe that's their routine. Hey guys, let's just lose the first one and then just win the rest.
Yep.
Maybe this is a strategy. It's like they're thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
No one would think losing first gives you a lot of value, but hey, they've got the results. They're doing something right.
Yeah, apparently they do. And actually, if they get... Well, I will put a really wild expectation here. Would you guys agree that this might be a new era or new Kage era?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Onyx used to be like... During the Kage era with Sasa and everyone else, it's one of the best runs Onyx has ever had. And then they took... Let's just say, let's call it a break, right? Where they didn't really perform all that great.
Yeah.
But now with this iteration, when Sans went in, when Coach Yeb is there, when Kyrie is there, it's just like the world is their oyster.
Yeah.
I'm just allergic to seafood.
That is a very important nugget. Thank you for saying that because I mean, there are so many Filipino fans that might give you seafood and you are allergic to it. I just gotta say, this is not the age of the Kages anymore for Onyx. I think this is the age of the Saiyans.
Okay,
they're Super Saiyans. It's just they're just literally they broke the game, essentially. And
in a good way.
In a good way. And Kyrie's handsome too. So
he has it all.
Come
it's
on.
a little bit unfair.
It's very unfair.
I think it's agreed that Kyrie had one of the best glow-ups, right? Because I've seen like his picture earlier on today, and I was saying like, hey, is that really Kyrie? This guy like glowed up.
Honestly, I have a friend as well. I was looking at his picture. It's like, is this really Kaisam? Shoutouts to Kaisam Ives, but we're preparing for this game. Why are you guys laughing? I'm doing my job. I only work with professionals. Please don't be like this.
Yeah. So thank you.
Anyways, you can already hear the crowd because we're gonna jump straight on to the stage. Because for now, we have to invite the marshals on stage to officiate the M5 World Championship. We have our marshals who will again here to ensure the fairness and integrity of our games.
Well, shout out to the marshals. They will keep everything as it's supposed to be.
And now, the fans have been waiting for this. Their year-long journey towards becoming gods among men has finally reached its final stop as they open their M5 World Championship campaign. They are the team to beat. Give it up for Onyx! And now, the team that looks to slow down the Porcupines Rampage, featuring some of the best veterans and rising stars in Brazil, the first runner-up of Liga Latam, they are Bigatron Sons. To guide the teams to victory, we have their head coaches and analysts. For Onyx, let's invite Coach Yeb and analyst Adi. For BTR, let's invite Coach Darkness and analyst Valeria.
And when we're talking about the best players in the business, you immediately think about Onyx. When you're also talking about the best in the business when it comes to handling the teams, being coaches, Coach Yeb is always part of the discussion. And now he has led this squad to multiple championships, the first international championship in a very long time for Indonesia in general. Now looking very strong in this M5 World Championships. That's Chewe, that's Kyrie, that's Boots, that's Sans, that's Keyboy. I don't think you need an introduction for this team. I know that you know of these teams for sure.
Onyx Indonesia is just a pleasure to see their matches over and over and over again. Onyx right now having CW, Kyrie, Boots, Sans, and Keyboy. It's a team actually. It's a team made in heaven. Like I think every single player can dominate his role. We can say that he is one of the best, if not the best, in terms of their own roles. So, there was actually a question. Leo is not with us on the desk. He said that, is it possible that there is someone who hates Kyrie?
All right, but before we get into that conversation, we got to introduce Bigatron Sans as well, Super Upab, Buzizio, Black Syndra, as well as Luna Ombota.
Yeah.
Oh.
In case you guys don't know, in Malay and in Indonesia, this basically means...
Uncle.
No, Luna, the bald one.
The bald one?
Bota is bald.
Yeah, Bota is bald also in Bahasa Indonesia.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And
No,
almost
we
like uncle.
Yeah.
And why do I know that? I'm not Indonesian.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you're Mr. Worldwide. You're the richest one on the desk. You've been traveling.
That's not true.
You might be having a lot of time in Indo that we just don't know about.
I don't know about it.
All right.
What I do know is that I love this.
I love you.
Oh, ako cinta level.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of love happening here on the desk, guys. I can assure you guys at home that both of them, after the last game, they have had this
We hugged
bond.
it out. We hugged it out. Talent prediction.
I
don't think this is what I predicted, but sure. Looks like the entire desk is going for Onyx. Is this a cast or curse?
You know, if we made these predictions because of our, the research that we have. And I think that if you're looking at BTR Sons, there are still a lot of fundamental mistakes that they were doing when that's the reason why they cannot overcome their rivals in their region, which was RRQ Akira. And that's the reason why I voted for Onyx, because Onyx is just very successful. BTR Sons, unfortunately, not able to overcome their biggest challenge during their Liga Latam. But I've heard that reports say that BTR Sons have been improving so much.
Yeah, and actually one of the really good facts here is that BTR Sons' first year and they made it to the M5. I cannot see that anything except for an achievement. And now they get to this final moment where they get to test, are they able to compete with the best of the best?
Well, now we do have to say this is an Onyx table, and looking at the audience prediction as well.
Wow.
Majority for Onyx. So I would say this is a situation where if Bigatron Sons is able to beat them, this is one of the biggest upsets happening in day number 1.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, at this point, all the pressure is on Onyx. Well, Bigatron Sons, they can kind of do whatever they want at this point because they got nothing to lose. Well, except for, not going to the knockouts. But other than that,
They actually have so much to lose. And I think that this format is interesting because there is a way for you to not make it to the knockout stages. Even when it's a best-of-3 series, it's very difficult to recover. So, for example, a lot of the teams that lost today, they are in a very tight spot where every game is literally a must-win for them. That is actually the truth about this this format. You can only lose one game. If you lose 2 games, it's almost impossible for you to get to the knockouts.
And also, there is no possibility whatsoever to have any surprises since it's a best of 3, not a best of 1. So I don't think that if even Team BTR managed to pull off something at the first game, they will be able to surprise Team Onyx once again. So would you say that experience, or actually I would say that experience would totally beat passion at this point, because Team BTR don't have the amount of experience that Team BTR had, and that's why I predicted the 2-0.
I would say passion as well as experience. Experience is usable resource at this moment because passion helps you before the game. Experience is your accumulation of all the games that you've played. So if someone tries to surprise you, you're not going to be surprised because you've lost to that before or you've won against that before. So BTR Suns going inside this game, if they have a surprise going up against Onyx Esports, perhaps for them, this is not a surprise. They might have seen it in scrims. They might have seen it in other tournaments or anything like that. So surprising Onyx Esports is going to be very difficult, especially, and we can hear the crowd cheering for Kyrie here. You know what's the craziest thing for me?
What?
Kyrie has stated many times that he wants to be the best player in the world. I kind of feel like his competition is honestly in his own team. If you want to be the best, you have to beat Suns and Keyboy.
Yeah, I think he already overcame Keyboy and Suns, right?
What?
Technically speaking, they already defeated them before.
No, I mean, like, let's think about this, right? Because the finals MVP, Keyboy has been winning a lot of it, if you really, right?
Oh, that's right.
So Kyrie, he wants to be the best. He's not fighting against other teams. He's fighting against Keyboy. He's fighting against Suns. And Suns, we've seen a lot of highlight reels where we're just asking, how did you react to that? How did you move fast enough to not get caught?
Because they're Super Saiyans.
They're Super Saiyans, Ultra Instincts all around.
Yeah. It's
crazy. Except they don't have to channel that far, you know?
We don't know that because we don't hear their
The
comms.
games might be long.
Their games, yep. That's
right?
true.
And with that being said, we're going into the drafting phase. Yuzong traveling up. And now again, this is going to be crucial. As we saw in the previous matches, the drafts matter a lot.
Okay. Well, if this game goes to a tiebreaker, it will be the first game to have that scenario today. But so far, all the audience predictions are going for the side of Team Onyx, and also all the talent's prediction is going for the side of Team Onyx. So let's see together what does Team BTR have to show us today to prove us all wrong.
Well, Faramis ban coming out from BTR kind of tells me that they wanted to go for Assassins right now. Nolan and Joy going to be the top priority for both teams. And Onyx are just focusing on the backshot ban, thinking that BTR might just go for utility junglers.
It's very interesting as analysts when we look at the ban, we have a very good idea about what they're going for. Betting on the Fanny, you can say it's more of a respect ban, making sure that Kyrie doesn't get that for himself. But I would say the Faramis shows that they want a bit of burst, and the Faramis can deny that all day. So this kind of shows a little bit about what they want. And like you said, perhaps Assassins in the jungle, but going up against Kyrie, is that a good idea?
Generally,
I would say the better question, going up against Keyboy, is that a good idea?
Generally, no. Generally, no. But then again, if you don't surprise Onyx, like if you just play whatever you did or however you did in the in their previous league, for example, that will not be enough. So if they have this assassin kind of gameplay, maybe they can show something to us. Maybe that could be the good course of action for the side of BTR. Especially because Coach Shieb and the gang might not have seen it before.
But Team BTR Suns at this moment, they are not focusing on a certain player. They are not focusing on a certain strategy, I would also say. And what's actually mentionable is that Team Onyx, and especially Kyrie, even though there was an era where utility heroes were ruling everything, he kind of stands with his own assassins and still makes the best out of it. So I think it's pretty worthy that there's a respect ban for Fanny, but I think they should have targeted him more.
Nolan should be the choice here for BTR, especially in the absence of this Faramis. I'm thinking Onyx will get either the 1-1 or the Joy, whatever is left out of that occasion. And also the Guinevere is open, and I'm pretty sure that Onyx likes that. Coach Shiv likes flex heroes, right? So I'm thinking like their opener would be Gwyn plus Nolan/Joy, or maybe Arlott plus Nolan/Joy.
What do you think of Matilda?
Matilda is gonna be secured by BTR. Not gonna be secured by BTR. I don't think Matilda is perfect against Joy, however.
Yeah, and here the fun fact, Luna Ombota literally means Luna the bald uncle in Bahasa Indonesia. So we talked about that. Somehow Wolf knows that. Perhaps, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of secrets that he's keeping to himself.
Yeah, he's not telling us.
I read the dictionary sometimes, you know.
I don't wanna touch that.
I listen to Toulouse.
Right now, the Joy has been picked up. For Onyx, I would say this is the evolution of Onyx because even Yasu has stated that it doesn't matter, even though it's a utility meta, Kyrie can bring in those assassins. And I feel like this is also one of the things that Coach Yep has adapted for every single player, is that even Keyboy is a pick-off hero. He's a pick-off player, but we've seen him time and time again using those Enchantress.
Well, but the most interesting thing here for me is that Team Onyx, you don't just give them an assassin, a good one, you give them the best assassin in the current meta, Nolan.
Yep, which is actually...
What is with this trio?
That is going to be very difficult.
This is the third game we're going to see Joy against Nolan.
Yep, Joy against Nolan, and Valentine against Joy is 100%.
We're only missing Lilia, right?
Yeah, you're only missing Lilia on the side. But Matilda is open, so I think Matilda is a great pick for BTR.
Obvious.
And will they go for the Phobius immediately? I think that should be the case.
I mean, if they don't, it's probably going to get banned out, no?
Yeah, that's right. So Valentina is a good choice. I think it was proven even the last season of MPLs. Arlott, Novaria. Okay. I don't like this at all, especially going up against a Nolan. And then you give a big ultimate to the Valentina. Now you can go Matilda if you're Onyx.
Well, BTR Suns at this moment, I don't know what is the reason behind this Novaria pick, because Nolan can simply go in and go out smoothly, take her out. So I don't agree at all whatsoever with that Novaria pick, but that's how BTR wants to go, and that's how Coach Darkness wants to go. What do you think the third pick will be?
I would say Novaria has its uses. It's usually strong on the Turtle as well as the Lord fight because you have vision, that's number one, and it's going to make it easier for your team to set up because we can imagine a situation, especially if they have a Beatrix on their own team, the Snipes is going to come in a little bit easier, and it's going to help the Arlott out quite a bit with the final slash. So I can see some reason behind this Novaria pick, especially if they're going to contest around the Turtle. My personal worry here is having the Valentina as well as the Terizla, they're going to be pretty strong, the Turtle fight as well as the Lord fight as well. So it really depends on BTR who their gold laner is going to be, or more importantly, who their jungler is going to be, making sure that, I mean, it's going to be Joy, but I don't know. I'm thinking, is there going to be a surprise?
Maybe something like Hilda, actually. That might be the choice. I have, honestly...
For BTR?
For both of them.
For both of them, all right.
All right.
So I think, but obviously because the fourth pick is going to be tilting towards Onyx, I think that is BTR. That BTR should be the ones banning it out. Imagine if there will be a Hilda for the side of Onyx, and who can actually stop that? That's Novaria might not be able to do so.
Yeah, no,
Joy
really.
obviously is not going to be there. So that could be that is, if there will be any kind of surprise, that might be it.
Well, I'd actually like to see a Minotaur or, let's say, a setup hero for the side of Team Onyx, because they have what like all it takes to have a solid team fight. They have the penalty zone, they have the mobility of Nolan, and you can go on with the rest of the picks that haven't been even shown up yet. BTR on the other side, I think that Kaja was a really good pick for them, even though they banned it.
And as you said, that Minotaur has been banned out, because I would say it's pretty good for both teams here. Looking at Onyx, I would say their lineup right now is pretty solid. It's just that for BTR, they need the missing piece here. And the question really is, if they're going to have this Joy in the jungle, the Arlott going to the EXP, as well as the Novaria coming in mid, they gotta make sure that they have enough damage per se, especially in the early stages of the game if they're going to contest for anything, because Novaria has range, kind of has a little bit of damage, but I would argue Novaria needs 1 or 2 items. Joy is the closest to have early game damage, but the setup has to be super good for you to do that.
All the injustice in the world.
But Cho ban instead. Okay, I think Hilda. What is that?
Harif?
Oh!
Right? That sounds like Harif.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I mean, you can continue. You don't have to stop.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, we just want to make sure it's like, okay, let's see the
Harith.
picture. Yeah, it is Harith.
Yeah, that is such a good pick. Why? Because it's a hero that doesn't. I mean, what is a hero that can lose late? Also, it's a hero that is not that dependent on a farm, and it kind of allows Nolan to be like the scaling hero, and then you have the Harith in the early stages of the game. I think it's smart.
Keyboy has 7 heroes with a 100% win rate in MPL ID Season 12, including Matilda, Kadita, and Hilda. The perfect roamer, and now Claude finishing up for BTR. A lot of heroes that need the farm here. I'm a little bit worried.
Hilda might be like disastrous.
I would actually say, please, for Team Onyx to give me a setup hero. I like with this composition. I would love to see an area crowd control hero because everything, everything will align for an area crowd control hero.
Okay, you need a way to kind of maybe a Ruby could be the perfect choice for Onyx.
Yeah,
I think a Kufra maybe.
Kufra.
Honestly, there's fault for choice.
For Honor, what is that?
Was that Tigreal?
I mean,
oh,
it is
let's
an
go.
AoE setup.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right.
I think Tigreal. All right. Why is it good?
What?
It has a reset. It has a way to reset.
I think it's good because it can push the Hilda.
Exactly. It can push the Hilda and it can also counter invade.
And it has area crowd control.
Exactly. Man, all right.
Coach, he knows how to draft.
Apparently.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe Coach Shep can win championships, you know?
And right now, honestly, looking at the draft, my only worry for BTR Suns is that all of the members, well, except for Hilda, they need a little bit of time to really ramp up to have that damage. So the Hilda can slow down Onyx, but is it going to be good enough?
In the early stage, yes. I think, I think Hilda is generally good, especially because you want to have the Harith in the early stages. Is it going to be enough against Onyx? I think the Tiger changed my idea about it. I thought that Hilda will be like deadly, obviously. Had it not been for this Tigreal pickup, Onyx would have had a much worse time. Because I'm thinking, like, what are the other heroes that can actually protect the jungle? Thinking Ruby, Kufra is there, maybe Grok along the way, but I think Tigreal might have been the best choice for that specifically.
Well, Tigreal also with the latest update, he is one of these undeniable forces of nature. He just, whenever he uses his ultimate, it's difficult. It's so difficult for any opponent to just escape it or to even prevent it from happening without that Diggy. And the Diggy is not here for Team BTR Suns. BTR Suns, I would say they have a lot of mobility. They have a lot to do, a lot of services actually to provide for Super Opa. But apparently, I don't know if they will be able to have the enough amount of pressure since you guys said that Tigreal can avoid the Hilda early game pressure.
So Hilda wants to go in the jungle and Tigreal can push Hilda either away from the jungle or inside the turret.
Yeah.
And that can be very deadly for Hilda because you want to slow down. The fact that Hilda doesn't care if Hilda dies a lot in the early game, but having the Tigreal, you can force it out. And like you said, the implosion now, it has an instant stun. If BTR is not careful, and later on we're going to see if they have a lot of Purifies. Because if they don't have Purifies, we've seen how Keyboy has set up quite a lot for Onyx. He can be a surprise factor, and the difference between BTR and Onyx can fight early on. They don't need the items for them to be aggressive.
There are 2 M's that Tigreal can do. First is mirror what Hilda is doing. Which if Hilda goes for the invade, he can also go for his own invade. And then the other M is called man to man, wherein he can actually be in front of the Hilda.
Man to woman.
Yes. In this
Hilda
case,
is a woman.
We cannot assume that.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Oh man. Why did I say that? I didn't. I mean, like. Why did I assume, right? My bad.
I'm
sorry,
out of this conversation.
Sorry, Mr. Wolfman.
Thank you.
Can I assume that you're... I don't like this conversation.
Yeah, I don't like this conversation.
I'm out of it. I'm taking my hands out of it.
CW here. Please explain more. Is it because the resilience coming in from the chrono dashes makes it good against this BTR lineup?
You know what? That's actually very correct. You know, you really have to be an analyst, dude.
It's like I know the heroes and stuff, isn't it? I don't know.
I think you'll do a great job at it, you know?
I don't know. I feel like maybe in a previous life.
Maybe in your previous life. Yeah. In this life or the other. We'll know.
Well, Team BTR actually if we have like had enough talking about the draft, and I think that
sure.
so far Team Onyx has won the draft, but still the game is not only about the draft, it's also about the rotation itself. We haven't seen BTR on the international stage. Will it get underneath their skin? Because the pressure is real. The pressure is real.
I would say the leadership coming in from Luna, because he was here during M3, I feel like he should have gotten a lot of experience to really calm down the team, calm down their nerves. And I like that you point out the macro, because there's a hidden ability for the Claude, which is you can split push. You have a Joy as well. You can split push. So if they can catch Onyx slipping, it's like, oh, Onyx is too tunnel vision, thinking about the lore, thinking about the fights and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, where's the Claude? Oh, the Claude's pushing? Where's the Joy? Oh, the Joy's pushing as well? A lot of things can happen. It's all about how you're going to use your draft. And I feel like BTR Suns, they have a secondary win condition in terms of creating a lot of chaos and then winning the game when Onyx is so focused on something else.
I like the late game chances of BTR in this particular game.
Definitely,
and they have a way to kind of deal with it. Now, there's a hidden tech actually from the Tigreal, because you also have a knock-up, right?
Yes, he does.
Which is great versus the Claude normally. And you can tag it up. I mean, you just build up like a Tikaras as well as plate armor, and then you're A-OK. The real question is, can they actually contain the Joy in the latter portions of the game? What else do they have apart?
No. Wolf, when you're a pro player, you don't ask questions. Yes, you can. Just yes, you can.
That's why I'm not a pro player.
It's like, okay, imagine a situation when they're talking about, can you yes! You have to say yes immediately. Yes. This is the spirit you need for the World Championship. In my previous life, I've experienced. Sometimes logic is not the answer.
Yeah, do you know that in pro teams that is actually very much applicable? Because if you show some signs of like doubt, hesitation, that's not good for the team.
Oh my God! Maybe I should be in a pro team. It's like I know about these things.
Exactly. I wonder why.
Where did I get that experience?
Where? I wonder.
I don't know. I mean, you should ask him. But I do feel that if there will be like a national team for Malaysia, maybe you have a shot, you know?
Maybe. It's almost like I have two. It's almost like I have 2 medals under my belt, but you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Boots was here. Does he look like Boots?
Where?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Arguably.
Maybe if he has a mustache.
Arguably.
Yeah. Oh, Boots is looking out. He's like, yeah. Compare us. Maybe if he has a mustache.
We'll see. The mustache solves it for you.
What does this mean? Sanamaki's Angkatabi?
I hope I get a kiss.
Oh!
I hope somebody who's beside me gives me a kiss. Something like that.
And she gave it to him.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Ask and you shall receive.
Okay.
The courage to ask is what you need.
The classic carry four finger hold. Do you know what that is? Can you even try to do it? Do you know how to do it, Lafel?
Hey, we're in the game. Yeah, your turn.
Well, let's see together. Will the Indonesian team call it a day, or will the Brazilians have to samba all night long? Let's see. Team BTR Suns up to the challenge against Team Onyx, and we have just landed to the land of dawn. No one knows what's gonna happen. We might see some surprises. We might see some predictions being right, or even proven wrong.
Hey, I have a 0% win rate on predictions. Though I predicted for Onyx, it will be quite a surprising turn here. But either way, we've seen a little bit about the interaction between Keyboy as well as Luna on Botak here, where Luna tried to slow them down, but you know, Keyboy is just like, nah, fam, nah, I'm gonna protect my jungler.
Harith is such an interesting hero. I think that in the early stages, some people will prioritize
I think they'll prioritize the kill here. They are looking for Super Opa, but they have just trapped Kyrie out of time, recalling on that body.
Oh, we can even hear the Filipino cast was like, ooh, doing that to Kyrie. But I have to ask.
That was weird.
CW with the Festival of Blood.
Yeah, that's actually super duper surprising. I'm not gonna pretend like an expert in Harith, but I will have to ask some of my friends. Maybe someone from the pro scene to understand what they like about that that emblem. But it kind of makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because you deal big amount of damage,
Exactly,
but you don't have the best dueling potential.
I would say it's the chrono vision making it worth it, but now right around the turtle.
Right now we can see that Keyboy is pushing that Hilda away. Kyrie goes in and just takes that turtle to his favor, to the favor of his team, and Black is out. He blacked out.
That was such a great play coming from Onyx in a way that they literally just outplayed Bigatron Suns in that regard. The timing of the stun, for example, and then obviously with the retry that Kyrie was able to take out. Turns out like that death was just sacrifice coming out from Kyrie. It's like a ritual.
Yeah, again, they have to lose one to win one. Maybe that's what they were aiming for. But either way, right now we're looking at the situation. Looks like Onyx, they just want to win the lane because Luna on Potak.
Kyrie finds Luna on Potak, and Boots didn't need to go that extra mile, even though he did the penalty zone, and the penalty has been paid by the Hilda electrifying beats just to find his way out.
Well done. Because they have found Luna, which is interestingly not yet level 4. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe they kind of messed up some of the gold earlier on, because the only reason why you will not get level 4 at 3 minutes as the roamer is when you are late when it comes to picking up the roam boots, or if somebody has lower gold than you, which is a massive mess up coming out from a
Keyboy
BTR.
pushes him away, and look at that. He just makes a clean kill for Onyx team.
Honestly, I just want to answer you there, Wolf, because we saw how Sans was denying Syndra of those minions. Perhaps that's one of the triggers. Maybe. Right? Perhaps the first or the second wave, Sans was able to push out the Novaria away from the minions, even though Novaria could farm up pretty safely because you can shoot from a distance. And I don't know, it could be one of those small details that prevented Luna on getting those levels.
Look at Keyboy just going to be standing in front of the orange buff. He might be going for the reset, but Kyrie is already level 7. If he gets to level 8, this will be massive because that means that the turtle will be theirs. Buzizio, though, with the Retribution on cooldown, 14 seconds for Kyrie, they might want to fight this.
Well, they might find an opening, but I think that they are just pushed away. They see Keyboy coming, they know that there is trouble. Kyrie takes down that turtle, and now we see that there is a final slash and also a final ending for Team Onyx. They just have that Tigreal, they just win the team fight, and not just that, they take the turtle.
How the hell did you win a team fight? A turtle fight without the Retribution? I don't understand it. Onyx is just on a different level. But I guess, you know, actually I know the answer, which was zoning them out.
Bozizos out.
Oh no.
Okay. Bigatron Sans have to work together here because I understand what you're saying, Will, because just now we saw Luna on Bota actually diving straight to Kyrie, trying to have a little bit of crowd control because that's a little bit of displacements in her skills that, yeah, you could prevent or you could slow down the Retribution. But during that time, Bazizia was in a good position to really contest for the turtle, and down at bot, it looked like CW is like, I don't care who you are, I'm taking you down.
1,000 gold lead for the jungler. That's Kyrie having 1,000 more gold over his competition this time. And that spells a lot of problems for BTR.
We have to specify, what does 1,000 difference mean? It means that Kyrie has one completed item and Buzizio doesn't have one.
Yep.
No completed items just yet.
That's right.
That's a big difference.
Massive difference, in fact. And Onyx are leading by 3.7k gold. The reason why we like the Harith versus the BTR, it's not just about the Claude, it's mainly about the Joy, where the Joy is not necessarily going to be able to take out this Harith, especially because of the Festival of Blood, right? All you have to do is to land one of your dashes and one Synchrovision perhaps, and then you're already A-okay when it comes to like surviving against this Harith, against this Joy, I mean. And also, Harith can take the Winter Truncheon eventually. Typically, right, the marksman cannot survive the Joy because even if they get the Wind of Nature, they still get taken out by the Joy. But the Harith is a natural carrier of the Winter Truncheon, which means that the Joy is not a problem for him at all.
I would say that it is a harsh lesson being taught to Team BTR at this moment, as just a dominating game since minute 1, even though they had Kyrie and they had the first blood upon him, but no use,
Yeah, and as we said, Bigatron Suns, they need the items. So right now, since Onyx has a gold lead, this 5,000 gold lead feels like 7,000 gold lead just because Bigatron Suns, even if Onyx makes a mistake, the only one that can realistically kill is Kyrie, and that's if he dives too deep, like inside the turret or something. Then they have enough damage to actually do something about it.
Great push from Onyx. 5.4k in fact. Look at the goal difference between each matchup. 1.6k now for Kyrie versus Buzizio.
Right now, the only thing is I see like CW doesn't care about his positioning, not that in a bad way, but meaning like if someone ganks him, can they really do anything about it? Can they kill CW? Because right now he's a gold laner with the ability of an EXP laner.
That's right.
Yep. Oh, Kyrie goes in and he might find that Hilda, but he manages to escape. Boots is now trying to do a lot of damage, but oh, he gets a taste of his own medicine. Black goes away, even though I thought it was a definite kill.
But then Onyx is able to push top, so that's still a positive thing that it's going in their favor. Positive gains coming out from Onyx, and they push the mid lane as well.
Right now, it does seem like Onyx is just taking the opportunity. It's like, yeah, Bigatron Suns, you're not going to do anything, so we're just going to act like you're not around. So if they want to push, they just push. Bigatron Suns, they need to figure out a way to engage or to catch mistakes, but Kyrie goes in, and Luna, Bota, you're a tank, and you're taking that much damage.
That's the cost of leaving Kyrie farm. He just saw that I would say that this is a message saying that there is no use of the ultimate at this moment. Just let's use it here.
Yep. He says, Zorn.
That's a statement.
Yeah.
He says, Zorn, okay, you go for recore TPs. I use my ultimate.
Yeah, let's up-level the game.
Yeah, it's like a...
Now that's a flex.
Now that's a flex.
Now that's a flex. Recalling, you're not really losing anything.
Yep. Yeah.
Using your ult and showing your opponents like, hey, I don't have an ult. If there's any time for you to go in, guess what? Now's the time.
He was one flicker away from like having the ultimate level up in this competition.
That's true. That's very true, actually. Let's see what will happen. Obviously, the dominant size is such a good pickup for a Tigreal because you open the map anyways, so you are in front. And with the Starlim side and the Feather of Heaven with the Holy Crystal, oh my God, Chewik can one-shot or two-shot people now.
Not gonna lie, just the Starlium Scythe, I feel like it's enough.
Yeah.
Anything more than that at this point kind of feels like overkill. And let's look at this. Keyboy has his implosion again. So with the minions coming in and him having the flicker, he could have a big impact here. Like if Bigatron Suns is grouping up together as like a natural way you want to defend, Keyboy might punish that.
I think that everyone's now settled down to see if Onyx will make it one of the shortest games so far in the M5. BTR are in a really bad position. They are in no position actually to make a successful defense. Let's see together what's gonna happen. Will it be the finish for Team Onyx or maybe just taking the inhibitor turrets, taking it down layer by a layer? Onyx is just taking the top lane inhibitor turret, mid lane inhibitor turret. I think that the upcoming turn is the bot lane inhibitor turret. Onyx by far are not even trying to get inside that base yet. They are inside the base. Look at Onyx. They will see now that Joy is trying to prevent the minions from coming in. It's just one inhibitor turret away from falling apart.
Well, Keyboy is just one flicker away from doing something amazing.
Super Opa is trying to deal so much damage, but look at the back line. Look at here.
Oh my
look
God.
at Keyboy. Look at Team Onyx. They are punishing Team BTR to the limit. No one can do anything at this moment. CW with the Triple King looking for that Maniac that can be offered, but Boots say no. Boots just says no. Onyx team with the dominant game. Team BTR are looking for a miracle, but their voices cannot grow through the sky, where the Sky Kings themselves are sitting there.
Let me just say congratulations to Onyx for winning the first match of this best of 3. And it went quicker than I thought. Like, what was that, sub 11 minutes?
Yep.
Onyx just did whatever they wanted. There's nothing that Bigatron Suns can really do against them.
Wow.
I would say there's layers that Onyx won. One of them was the draft.
Yeah. Especially because of the trap that they set up. There was a time where we said that the Hilda will be deadly, right? I remember, like, even just the second set of bans, we already brought up that hero.
I remember.
Yep. And I said that it will be great for both of them.
Yeah.
Because they're playing, I mean, Joy is there, and Nolan is on the other side, so it kind of makes sense. And then Hilda was in the hands of BTR all of a sudden. And then it kind of felt like at the end, okay, it was Coach Yeb and the gang just setting up a trap. They know that it will be picked up. Hilda will be picked up eventually. They have the answer. That is the Tigreal.
Well, I think that at some point, playing against Onyx themselves was one of these, let's say it had its own effect on the game itself, because BTR were so passive in the early game. I wouldn't say like their draft can make them go aggressive. You can like tell us about it more, but they felt like, oh, we're up against Onyx, it's hard.
Before you talk, let me just say, it looks like Onyx, they're not hiding anything. Like, this Tigreal pick and everything, it looks like they've already planned it.
Yeah.
Even against Megatron Sun, it's like, yeah, it's a good hero. We're going to pick it up.
When you have 5 Super Saiyans, you can actually play anything. So I think that's... but kidding aside, why I agree with you is because there was a weird interaction where why was the Hilda not level 4 when the Tigreal is already level 4? It was like way past the 2-minute mark. So it's like, what, almost 3 minutes. And for some reason, the Hilda didn't have his ultimate, and it was Keyboy already, like, what, halfway through the level 5. Our MVP eventually was Keyboy 2, 0, and 4. And I think that they played the mind game so well, the fact that BTR, there were bad decisions in many parts of this game, especially also with the draft that they prepared. So that meant that Keyboy can even like spend his ultimate without even being scared about his opponents. Let's look at the highlights brought to us by Grab Unlimited. So this was Kyrie getting the kill again, and it will happen many times in this game. Look at Keyboy just zoning out on Botak. They just take him out so easily because of the draft, and for some reason they don't have the retribution, but they lost the turtle fight. This is specifically the part that I want to say where I felt that yes, just going up against Onyx alone already kind of neutralized what BTR wanted to do in this game, nullified what they wanted to do in this game.
Sun shouldn't have survived here.
Yeah, so,
let me just say that.
I agree.
Oh,
look at that beautiful implosion, and the BMI unfortunately wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's a missed timing, but again, this also shows the composure that Onyx has. It's like, oh yeah, Suns is getting attacked, but does it really matter? Not so much.
Yeah.
But I think at this moment, one of those things you said before the game even starts is that Kyrie, if he wants to compete against others, he has to compete with his own team first. So I think at this moment, the MVP just loves Keyboy.
We were talking about the Festival of Blood to pick up earlier by CW, and we saw how good it was, especially the duel that they did.
No. I would say we didn't really see it because by the time we see the fight, it's already over.
That's
we don't really see it in action.
That's true. But in the last duel between CW as well as Super Upa, you saw that CW was very low when it comes to 1 HP. Then when he lands the normal attack after the dash, there was a lot of HP that he was able to get back. And he didn't have the concentrated energy actually in that fight. I mean, he got that after the fact. So that's how you feel like, okay, maybe the Festival Blood works for the Harriet.
No, honestly, look at the amount of lifesteal because hybrid lifesteal by the Scythe, lifesteal by the Feather of Heaven, and then spell vamp from the concentrated energy. So he has 3 items that gives him 3 different ways to heal, and the emblem set.
Exactly.
Well, at some point I was a bit worried about the Onyx late game, but they seem to be like they intended to finish earlier. Like as early as possible.
That's true, especially because of the Harith as well as the Nolan that they have and the Tigreal. I would say that BTR also kind of plan to do that as well. Going for the Hilda always tells me that, okay, you want to secure the early game, but they went in for Joy and Claude. I myself find it greedy, right? If we go for Joy, typically your marksman should not be a scaling hero because you don't want to have 2 scaling heroes in the game, especially if you already have the jungle from the Joy. The Claude is going to be difficult. Yeah, that's actually very true. So only the Hilda wanted to win the early game. And because they didn't have any other hero to supplement that early game, that meant that Hilda will always be taken out. And true enough, Luna just got destroyed by the entirety of Onyx because he doesn't have anyone to help him punish the aggression. imagine if they had something along the lines of a Fredrin perhaps, or maybe a Baksha, which was banned out unfortunately. They will have someone to go with the Hilda so that when they do initiate against Onyx, at least they will get something out of it.
Something has to be said as well. There's two ways for you to play the mid. Either you're going to roam and help out the side lanes, or you're going to force your opponents to stay in the mid lane.
Yep.
And having the Hilda that's going to be roaming around, not really helping out Syndra, and Sans, it was pretty obvious that he won the lane, and he won the lane hard. He made sure that this Novaria was a non-factor.
Yep.
Novaria was picked third, but in the game, I couldn't blame you if you forgot that was a Novaria, because Sans is man-to-manning on this Novaria as well. It's like, you're not going to help out your team. Super Upa is not going to be having any help. Black is not going to be having any help. So on it, they just have man-to-man defense that everyone just say, okay, individually, you have to handle your opponents, but we saw plenty of times that whenever Keyboy catches someone, everyone is there to follow up.
And actually, whenever I saw Harriet, I knew the price PTR had to pay during the game because he was free-farming, and that's what you get.
Yeah, that's why the drafting coming out from Onyx was just, you know, it's just perfect. Chef's kiss, as they would say. Because you activate all of your lanes. If you're going for assassins, and this will be a recurring theme all throughout M5, and I hope that you guys are taking notes. One thing that you always have to remember is if you pick up Joy or Nolan, particularly with Joy, you will not have enough time to farm. If you get invaded, it's very hard, very difficult to just get back to the game. But let me take you back to game 1 of Homeboys versus GeekFam. The moment you get into that late game, already you can see how strong the Joy was. The Joy died 4 times in the early and mid stage of the game, but didn't die in the late game. And this is the idea from BTR. However, they chose 3 scaling heroes.
They want to ramp up, but they didn't have a ramp.
Yes.
All right.
Their ramp was this Hilda, but as we saw evidently, I feel like even they didn't thought like, there's no way they're going to pick up a Tigreal here. And the Tigreal really did punish what Luna on Boatag is doing. So I would say this game is a good way for you to learn how to draft. And this is the advantage that Coach Yep has when coaching this Onyx team. Everyone can play anything. I feel like if he asks Kyrie to use a tank, he's like, sure. If you really think that's the best draft, sure, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I admire that because sometimes you have to just trust your coach and sometimes you have to believe in his goals. And seeing CW, I know that Harith is playable at the gold lane, we all know that, but at some point I think that CW might have had this argument of like, oh, I can play this marksman, but again, you have to align and do the perfect synergy thing.
Yeah, but then again, if you're going to be looking at this particular game, it's just a lot of mechanical skills that actually Onyx was able to show us, which is weird because Kyrie, the only death that Onyx actually gave to BTR was literally the death up top where Kyrie questionably
they just have to die once.
Yeah, I think
that
might
be a ritual.
At one point, I think that Kyrie got mad from that kill. Yeah, he died in a really bad way. He was just zoned out, waiting to hang dry underneath the turret.
Which is weird because they went into the gold lane, right? I think the metagame tells us that you might want to go to the XP lane instead of the gold lane because it's always protected. And boy, it was actually protected in that game.
And with that being said, we have a lot to talk about, but we got to go and look for Remar because he has an interview. So Remar, please, give us a little bit of insight. What you got? Who are you interviewing?
Makasih casters, it's Reptar here with friends from Indonesia. So, Filipino fans, let's welcome our Indonesian friends. Woo! All right, that's a warm welcome. And of course, we have our translator here, Rana, who will be helping us. So, could you please introduce yourself, starting with you first?
Hello, I'm Luan Luan from Indonesia.
All right, so Luan Luan.
Luan Luan.
Yeah, because when we were talking beforehand, I thought her name was Wan Wan. So it's a Luan Luan.
Yes.
And you are?
My name is Marco Chop from Indonesia.
And Marco. Okay, so both of you are from Indonesia. So I feel like we just have to ask first, why are you guys here? Why did you fly all the way to the Philippines?
Of course, we fly here to support Indonesia team.
All right.
Yeah, I'm support for Geek Farm and Indo. Onyx Indo.
Indo Pride?
Yeah, Indo Pride.
It kind of hurt to say that, but I'm a host, so I have to be neutral here. All right. So, you are wearing jerseys that look quite familiar, but maybe not to a lot. So, could you show off your jerseys to the people watching at home? All right. Oh, okay. So, you can really see the Indonesian pride in their jerseys. Can you explain the jerseys? Where did you get it from? Did you have it custom made? What's the story behind the jersey?
From Muntun, Indonesia.
So Muntan, Indonesia
Yeah.
gave those jerseys.
From Indonesia.
Okay.
Yep.
So did they give it to you because they knew you were coming here? Or what's the story behind it? Like, how did you get the jerseys?
Kenapa dapat jersinya? Kayak dari mana? Apakah karena lu mau kesini jadi dikasih kayak gitu?
Dari Indonesia. Dari Indonesia kita bawa ini untuk dukung tim Onyx, tim Gipam.
So it's actually made for like all Indonesian that want to come to Philippines to support Onyx and Geek Fam only.
All right. Okay, so now that we know that you're supporting Geek Fam and Onyx, what are your message to our teams? Because earlier we saw Geek Fam, of course, not the best start to M5, but they still have more matches. Onyx just won game number 1. What are your messages for Onyx and Geek Fam? Starting with you first.
Okay. Buat Onyx dan Geek Fam, bawa pulang piala M5 ya. Jangan bikin malu keluarga.
Okay, so for Onyx and Geek Fam, please come back with a winning trophy and making your family proud.
Untuk Geek Fam dan Onyx, buat kalian tetap semangat, good luck, jangan lupa bawa piala ke Indonesia. Semangat!
Okay, for Onyx and Geek Fam, keep your spirit up and hope for the best and winning the M5 World Championship.
It's really great that we have our friends from Indonesia here in the Philippines. Real quick, where can they follow you, your channels, and what are your messages to all our fans of Mobile Legends Bang Bang around the world?
My YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, my YouTube channel name is Lon also.
Yeah.
Message?
Yeah.
Apa ya? Apa? Selalu dukung tim yang kalian mau dan selalu stay positif, jangan toxic.
Okay, for her message is actually the YouTube channel is Luan Luan, and her message for everyone is actually like keep your spirit up and don't forget to follow any team that you likes and support them.
That's a great message. What about from you?
My channel YouTube is Marco Chop, dan buat para supporter tetap support tim Indonesia agar bisa bawa kembali piala M5. Okay.
Okay, so his channel is Marco Chop, and for all Indonesian fans, don't forget to watch M5 and support for Geek Fam and Onyx. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much to both of you for joining me here. Okay, can we do this at the same time? On the count of 3, let's say casters, let's go. You ready?
Let's go.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. Casters, let's go!
Hey, thank you very much, guys. And let me just say, big shout outs to the translator because I know that's not what she said. Basically the same message, but this is a good time that I'm able to understand all languages. Let me just say that.
What do you mean? I think that accurate. The message was accurate.
Oh yeah. It was 80% accurate.
80% accurate.
Yeah.
I can
As a
understand
translator myself, good job. That was a good job.
Okay, this is M5 is the day where the translator Lafel is actually making comments about translators.
No, I'm just saying she's doing a good job. I'm not even being sarcastic. It was a good job. If that were me, I would have taken the same approach.
Yeah,
probably.
I know.
It might be a bit longer, but same-ish.
I know.
Same, different, but still same. Now we're talking about same, but different, but still same. We gotta talk about Bigatron Sun's draft.
Okay. So would it be same?
Their previous draft was greedy in the late game.
That's right.
Where should they drop the greed a bit?
And also, they didn't have any hero to support the amount of, as you said, scaling heroes to the late game. It was a huge burden upon the Hilda.
I call this this theory is called the bridge theory. When we're talking about the ramp, you want to ramp up, right? but you have to have a bridge. Because typically that will be somewhere along the lines of a Farsa Eve Nuke mages, right? Or Lilia, for example, that can prolong you the game. And in addition to that, you have to have a hero that can take care of the long lane or the dead lane or, you know, the the whatever lane that is called, but it's the opposite of the Lord. But basically speaking, you have to have a bridge. And those two ingredients you have to have. Unfortunately, with having Joy, Novaria, and the Claude, you don't have a bridge.
Shout out, Sir Carlo. Shout outs to you. And to the guy who said he used Inspire on a Granger. Excuse me, sir. What is wrong with you? Please don't do that.
Yep. Yeah, it's not healthy. I would say it's not healthy whatsoever. So actually, we are now heading towards the second game, which might conceal or like it might conclude our day for today if it's the match point, because so far we had 3 sweeps. I don't have to curse it, but Team Onyx seems to be playing a one-sided game so far. BTR Sons, if they want to be up to that challenge, they need to do a lot of things differently.
Hey, Wolf, if anything, Onyx right now is they're increasing the count of unique heroes picked. They can add more.
They can add more. Let's go Layla.
Okay, maybe not that far.
Okay, all right.
Maybe not that far.
Between Mia, Layla, and who else? Actually, they're just between Layla and Mia. Layla and Mia.
Maybe Nana Marksman. I would add that.
No, that's a no.
Actually, you know what? Nana mid lane might not be a back pick for
that
Sans.
Is actually
right.
I think Nana mid lane has a higher chance than actually no.
Let me just ask. Let me transition this to a real question. Is it that Nolan is always up in the air? That's why people pick it up. Of course. But I'm seeing an absence of Lancelot.
Yeah.
Because usually we see a lot of Lancelots, right?
That's right.
Now it's all Joy and Nolan.
Yeah, because I think the only S-tier assassin, junglers will be Joy and Nolan. And Lancelot, unfortunately, will not be in that regard. And if ever, there has to be a lot of conditions for the Lancelot to work. It's just, to answer your question very briefly, Joy and Nolan is just easier.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? I like that you point out that Joy is easier because of the previous patch update. It's like slightly less power, but easier to use, less mistakes.
Yep. Well, speaking of Lancelot, actually, M5 is missing one of its best players ever using that Lancelot, which is Carl
Teasy
from Team Echo. But and actually, this is one of the things that made M5 spice up even before it starts. The previous champion is not here to defend his title in the Philippines.
Well, here's the thing. I love seeing new faces, and I'm very interested to see if Philippines can break the curse, because so far no host country has won.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a fact.
M1 was Malaysia. Malaysia did win. M2, M3, Singapore was the host. They did win. M4, Indonesia was the host, and they
the
did
final
win.
was completely Filipino.
Yeah.
And Indonesia.
Yeah. But meaning to say, no host country has won, and now Philippines is the host.
That's right.
Yeah. I have memories. I have history in my head.
Does that mean that Homeboys will win, though?
Don't anyone can say that but you.
Yeah.
All right? Just talk about Onyx. Just talk about
because Onyx has Filipino, so they might have the curse.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Right?
You're clever. You're a clever man.
All right. Did I restore our friendship?
Our friendship has restored since Homeboys
It's
won.
intact. It's intact. But by this moment, I think that your friendship, guys, is intact. I can see, I can sense the love in the air here. So both teams right now, they started the draft already. Respect bans from both sides, but I don't know. I think actually at this moment, I'm focusing a lot on carry. Actually, I'm putting a lot of expectations on carry here. I think that it is not enough to have him even target ban 3 with 3 heroes. So I think that's why Coach Darkness is not focusing on Kyrie.
Yeah, that's right. Which means that Nolan and Joy will still be the point of contention. I think that so far the last 2 series that we've seen, Nolan versus Joy, Nolan won it 3-0 so far, right?
Yes.
No, it was
no, because Homeboys,
exactly. So it's 2-1,
2-1,
2-1, right?
I don't know how to count, so I don't care about it. Onyx right now, they've banned out the Bruno, the
Joy ban.
the Joy, as well as the Faramis. So now Nolan is open up. Perhaps they're giving BTR an easier time. Say, hey, ban out the Nolan. But guess what? Guinevere is still on.
That's right.
Well, stealing a word from MPLMY, actually, I would say that the hospital meta haven't found a lot of, let's say, a lot of people using it so far. Even though we have seen the Matilda being used alongside with the Angela, I believe that was also the Lost, right? If I'm not mistaken. So far, we are seeing a lot of new things have being brought to us on the M5 so far.
My guess is Onyx wants to go for Arlott. I think that's the best choice. Or Guinevere. Guinevere or Arlott might be the...
I mean, at this point, because the Nolan has been banned out, well, I first buy Fleeting Time on Selena.
That's like the Inspire Granger.
Okay, let me just say, if my mic is on for the audience, I would express my disappointment.
Why would you?
Honestly, that's the thing in MPL Malaysia. It's just that they always say stuff to challenge the casters. You know, it's a fun thing between us. So I like the interaction, and Guinevere has been picked up as the first pick here. I mean, like I said, S tier hero opened up. Why not?
And also banning the Nolans is so justified by Team BTR Sons, because we have seen what Kyrie can do. We actually haven't seen Kyrie glow up yet on the battlefield, but he did really good with the Nolan.
Nolan, of course. So now you're thinking, like, do you pick up Matilda if you are part of? If you. Oh, you pick up Angela, obviously.
Angela.
Actually, I might
Angela
have cursed
Arlott,
the hospital meta thing.
Yeah. Angela Art. Oh, Martis!
This is risky.
Yeah.
This is very risky.
They're playing with fire here.
Now I think the Lancelot will be picked up.
Right.
Huh.
Ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
Now the draft is back up, and the reason why we're gonna talk about this is because Martis is a very high risk, high reward kind of hero.
Exactly. So you go Matilda. That means that your Guinevere might just be a jungle. So unfortunately, I spoke too soon. Lancelot might not be the choice. But that also means that you can pick up something like Claude now for Onyx.
Well,
they did.
Well, seeing that they already took the rumor, I would say that Matilda safely is the rumor of Team Onyx.
Yeah.
We always see that whenever you see a support hero, you always kind of expect to have a utility jungler or like someone with high HP and these kind of possibilities. So I don't think that Onyx will change that Guinevere to any other lane.
Yeah.
Is the Terizla pick good here for BTR?
That's right.
Right.
So
that's why they don't take it.
Is that the Erythel?
Do you also curse drafts?
Oh, it is.
I do. Okay, here's also another thing that happens in MPL Malaysia. When I compliment a player, they immediately die.
Wow.
I have a lot of clips. Like say, oh my God, 5-0-11. Can anyone take him down? Immediately dies.
Before he finishes, it's like 5-1-11.
Exactly. So here's the thing. I gotta ask Wolf, because isn't this a meta, like say, I don't know, 2-3 patches ago, where the Erythel and the Angela combo?
Yeah, this was when we were in Jakarta.
Yeah.
That's when I learned a lot of like Indonesian words.
It was like one of the first times you've been there, right?
Yeah, one of the few times.
One of the few times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I rarely go there. You know?
I don't know.
Why would I be there?
I've seen you in a lot of flights. I have no idea where you go. But going back into the draft, Valentina banned out as well as Arlott here. We got to see if the Terizla gets attention from Onyx, or they're just like, yeah, you can have it. We're pretty fine with it.
As much as I really want to participate in these discussions, but it seems to be relying on a really long history between you two guys. And I would actually say whenever I saw an Angela, I always expected to see an Erythel or a Claude, but since the Claude is already on the side of Team Onyx, I kind of expected to see an Erythel, but so far, I think we still need to see tricky heroes. So far, I don't think there is a surprise from both teams, right?
Yeah. I just asked for one thing.
What's it?
A mid laner that can hold its own against Sans, because Erythel needs a little bit of time, right? At least 2 items. 2 items, yeah, you can fight, but you got to get to that point first. So whatever mid lane BTR is going to get, make sure it doesn't get cornered by Sans again, because I kind of feel like the jungle needs a little bit of help, and the side lanes will need a little bit of help.
So what else would you pick up? There's
safe. If you want safe.
Yeah, if you want safe. There's a merit to taking the Uranus, actually. Minotaur
I don't
ban.
hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Make sure that's a way to
But
counter.
since you
of
say
course,
that,
the Cloud.
now they're not gonna take it.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
trying to
much.
curse your curse.
Yeah.
Curse my curse. I wonder if BTR are interested in taking the Florin, actually, going for the double hospital setup.
Oh.
If that's the case, might as well just take an Estes.
That's right.
But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to apply this draft here. I think that they need someone to absorb damage.
Terizla and Uranus, I think, are the prime choices that I see for BTR. Terizla has a knock-up, which is perfect versus the Claude, and it's a way to kind of tank the initiation grammar from the Guinevere. Uranus kind of does the same in a... But they pick up Lapu. Ooh.
My personal problem with this, Terizla and the such, they can protect the backline. Lapu kind of want to die forward.
I'm happy that Khalid is going to be
Go
picked up.
for it.
All
Look,
right.
actually, we have something in Egypt. Whenever we don't know someone's name or something, we say Yasta. Yasta means my
Yasta?
friend. Yeah, so if I say like, hey, Yasta, you have to know that either I forgot your name or I'm greeting you. So if you forgot Khalid, go for the Yasta, the bro himself.
I would not be surprised, actually, if they go for Florin here, if you're BTR. But the safest choice probably will be perhaps a Grok, so that you can like scout out the...
Let me just say one thing, Wolf.
Go
Look at Onyx, everyone dies forward. This Lapu won't have that big of a target. The moment he jumps forward, everyone from Onyx can be like, whoop, we're out of here, we're going straight for the Irithel.
That's why I felt like Uranus or Terizla might be the better choice.
Because they can go back.
Can go back and actually peel for his teammates. And
This is the
okay,
Emperor's
so
order.
that is... What is that?
Order?
I couldn't hear it. I couldn't
Akai.
hear it.
Akai, of course.
Hey,
But
one of Luna's favorite hero.
That's right.
But I think that this is the point of having Matilda, though. I think the Matilda here is mainly to disengage, not to just engage.
Yeah.
If anyone makes a mistake, Matilda's be like, I got you,
I got
Keluarga.
you.
Yeah.
Keluarga means family.
Yeah. As we heard from the interview.
Yes.
Earlier.
Jangan malukan keluarga. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
What?
Jangan means
Guys,
don't.
I can't understand.
No,
Jangan
that's what Luan said? Yeah, that's her name, right? Luan.
Loan. Yes.
So now, okay, let's dissect this. It looks like this is going to be in Akai Rome, which again, this is Luna's favorite hero.
The thing is, they're going to be facing up against the Matilda. So if you have tough boots, there's an easy way for you to disengage with the Matilda.
5 seconds.
But then again, it's their comfort pick. And I think, if anything, at this point, going up against Onyx, you want to rely on your favorite heroes. This is not the first time that Luna will be playing this. In fact, this is his signature hero and his favorite as well.
Well, just before the sun rises and things get calm, that's the time when the dawn breaks through. And here, on the very one and only Land of Dawn, warriors from all around the globe battle this out. Team Onyx are now at match point, and Team BTR need to up their game.
Let me just say, even though I have analyst roots, right now Syndra going up against Keyboy. Looks like Keyboy is going to survive. I'm just going to say... Wait.
Will he? Will he though? Will he though?
Oh
he
my
needs
God!
to use his flicker
Don't.
away. Ooh.
Ouch! I was like, did I jinx it? Anyways, I'm just gonna let you guys know. If I'm gonna criticize the draft, I'm not gonna criticize the Akai because this is Luna's favorite hero because of his daughter.
That's
so
right.
a lot of sentimental value there because the daughter loves Panda. So it's like, I'm not gonna touch Luna on the Akai.
Yeah, I think in general the hero is pretty good in this game because it can really tank up and soak up all of the damage. It also takes the checkbox of them needing
appeal
and a way to vision. But Boots already taking away one cannon minion away from Black. And that's a lot of levels that you will not have in this game. Oh.
Lane management at its finest. This is the advantage of experiences coming in from Onyx. They're making sure minute number 1, they're winning without killing.
I think that at this point, he can manage to pull up a 1v2, and so far he's doing really good on the XP lane. But there's here, we can see Kyrie with the second skill, and now he goes back the second skill on the other side. I think actually Martis is one of those you have to be afraid from with his immunity at the second skill.
right now, CW is going up against Super Upa. And again, the way that Onyx has been controlling the lane is they're not going to attack the minions first, they're going to attack the heroes, making it so that they have to go away from farming. And this is just one of the ways Onyx just wins slowly but surely.
Yeah, Keyboy, he's trying to annoy Zizio, and now he is able to do so. Luna is trying to just push Onyx away because at this moment it's so hard for Team BTR to break that momentum.
But this makes Matilda really one of the strongest heroes, and Keyboy knows the limits of this hero. As you saw with the Flicker min-maxing against Syndra, he knows when he will die and when he will not. And also the invade potential, or at least the delaying potential from the Matilda. It's always pretty strong.
He just took that. Oh, he
Look
just
at
took
that.
the Retribution.
That's right. They forced the Retribution already.
Yeah, but at this point, I think it's perfectly fine for Zizio to use the Retribution unless Kyrie really wants to contest it. But it looks like Kimo and Boots, look at the rotation. They're just slowing down Bigatron Suns.
Yeah, I think that this is the time for everyone to use their ultimates, and they do for sure. BTR teams manages to get the blue, but they are behind.
Why is Luna still level 3 at this point? What are they doing incorrectly? This is so weird to me.
True.
Now that you mentioned it.
This is back-to-back. Like,
I mean, one time perhaps we could say that, oh, Syndra didn't get a level, but I'm going to hold on to my theory because looking at how the gold lane as well as the EXP lane, they've been manipulating the minions. Perhaps Sans is doing something that we're not seeing, that he's manipulating the minions to delay the level from Syndra.
Well, I don't see a room above Luna's head.
Does it not?
That's true. Okay.
Is that the thing? Is that?
Let's look.
It does have it.
Yeah, he does have it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a visual thing, but he does have it.
I wonder.
Okay.
What?
And the thing is, there's a goal advantage on Syndra here. So perhaps he didn't really lose any minions.
That is so weird.
Oh, Kyrie, look at the hard guard, but it's not going to be enough to save Black. He needed to use that flicker away. I don't think that Lapu Lapu was the best choice.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Especially against this XP lane. And I think that the nature of Onyx, the way that they're drafting, is that they counter their lane matchups. And the first 3 picks that they have heroes that don't necessarily have the counter. Like Matilda, how do you even counter the Matilda?
That hurts.
Oh no!
That hurts.
Yeah, that does hurt. Keyboy is so annoying at this point. Look at the jumps. Look at everyone jumping around. And Heavy's been coming here from the side of Akai. He's trying to push Team Onyx away, but it's just Kyrie on a normal day. He takes that turtle away. And now we will see a lot of bodies falling down from the side of Team BTR. Onyx CW. Kyrie goes in. And now we can see what the flicker ultimate coming from the Khalid. They managed to take kills, but they also lose one of their members, taking a turtle and taking kills. I would give that for 1 kill for sure.
Super Upa eventually, with the switch, gets a push. He's not in the gold lane, so it's not the best, but he still will be able to take out a turret. So that's still a positive net for Super Upa, but the rest of his teammates didn't have... cannot say the same, I would say. Onyx just manhandled BTR. Look what they did. When Luna on Botak popped the ultimate, the heavy spin, what they did was to get out and reset the turtle. That's actually why they won the succeeding fight, because now you have the level advantage on Kyrie, you have the retribution advantage as well, and you also have the fact that the BTR team didn't have a heavy spin.
Boots looks like he's in a really bad position. He doesn't have flicker. He needs now to go away, but the heavy spin just catch him by the wall, pin him to that wall. The second skill is being triggered, but no one can save you from that. Double kill from Kyrie on the other side. The mid lane looks like a mess for Team Bigatron Suns.
Well, I gotta say, Onyx won that trade. They got 2, while Bigatron Suns, they only got 1. And here's the thing. I'm going over the side of Bigatron Suns here for a little bit because Super Upa with the Haskelaw as well as the Berserker Fury, you have a chance to win back your fights. So we gotta wait for Bigatron Suns to have that power spike and then see what they're gonna do with it.
Oh, Kyrie jumps in, and also Keyboy as well. They are now making Team BTR have the worst time of their life.
Yeah. So now, looking into the situation, Onyx, I like that going into this game, it looks like, okay, here's one of the things that I've talked about, well, haven't talked with all of the teams yet, but there's this thing called making decisions in game could be a difficult thing. Unless you pre-prepared your decisions. Like, oh, if situation AB happened, you do this thing. And it looks like for Bigatron Suns, well, Onyx going up against Bigatron Suns, when you see them committing, everyone disengage. They've been doing that quite a while. if Bigatron Suns can see this thing happening, they could kind of like scare off Onyx from a full engage.
Oh.
And that could buy them time.
Yeah, it could buy them time, but Kyrie was going for that risky gameplay. CW have a lot of damage already. They can do engage, and they do engage. Look at CW with the blazing. The web is just canceled the second skill from that. Kyrie, he takes them down one by one. Preciso is now trying to take CW down, but Super Upa finishes the job for him. Team Onyx, for the first time, are the losing side.
Exactly. It's a great counter engage coming out from BTR. You're feeling the strength of this Angela plus the Akai. And with the Athena Shield as the first item for Luna on Botak, that means that he can tank at least the Guinevere initiations as well as the Kadita initiations.
Yeah, and like I said, the power spike coming in from Super Upa, now he has it. He has the Haskell, he has the Berserker Fury, so he has damage. Now it's all about how Bigatron Suns is going to play around it. And the way that I saw they play around it just now is they're going to invest 2 other people to make sure that this Iritel has the confidence to move in front. So I feel like they have a pretty clear way of how they're going to approach the fights. But again, going up against Onyx is still going to be a challenge. I like that they have an idea of what to do. Doing it is the other part of the equation.
Getting a very early
Oh, Kyrie's now pinned to the wall. He's now pinned to the wall. Will he die? Will he die? Will he die? No way!
No way!
No way! No way! No way! Black cannot find him because Keyboy knows the keys to every moment. What an escape from Kyrie. What a very, really well played escape.
Oh my. Kyrie doing... Okay, how many international tournaments has Kyrie done this? He's done it on an Assassins.
Wow.
He's done it on tanks.
Now he has to do it with fighters.
Dude,
Kyrie, oh wait, in the Philippines we have this Agimat, which is a charm. And when you say you have Agimat, it means that you just can't die. You're just either lucky or you're just very resilient.
God loves you.
Kyrie has Agimat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I gotta credit Keyboy though. And remember, there was a part of the draft where I said like, okay, when there's Akai, you don't wanna pick up the Akai when there's Matilda in the opposite end because the guiding wind with the tough boots of the recipient of the heavy spin is just not the best. And we can see it's an instant replay. Kyrie survived through all of that. Tough boots intact, the defensive items in there, pops the guiding wind, then gets out.
Insane.
That's insane. Like literally, they were bursting him down. Everybody.
The Lapu even caught him.
Exactly.
Like that's one of the situations. If Lapu for some reason has the orange buff, Kyrie would have died.
Yep.
Like doing it once, doing it twice, doing it even 3 times. I can't understand. He's doing it every single time.
Yep.
Well, you cannot.
At one point, it's unfair.
It's plot armor, actually.
Yeah, it's
for the Super Saiyans right now.
Well, you cannot call it luck, at least. Well, let's see together if Onyx will try to get inside that base. I don't think they are trying enough. Oh, he's now going in, Keyboy, but there's nothing to do to that inhibitor turret. They are still waiting for one single moment for everything to align together. Kyrie now finds his place. He now finds his place. Will he be able to escape? He does escape. Now he goes to Keyboy using that second skill, managing his way out to the mid lane and even to the bot lane. Kyrie takes, and also CW, they both take the first inhibitor turret of the game. 10 minutes game, one inhibitor turret down.
I gotta say, nice defense coming from BTR. But then again, that's just Onyx. Luna, they went double run.
Oh, Kyrie! Kyrie and CW Wind of Nature is being played here.
Oh my
And Black
God.
might just go out. Let's see what's gonna happen. Top lane is in danger, but after taking the mid lane turret, we will see that Team Onyx easily take that last inhibitor turret.
I think I cracked the code. I know what Kyrie is.
What?
Kyrie is a cat.
What?
He has 9 lives,
Oh.
good looking, good at escapes, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
He's a cat.
Okay.
Kyrie the cat.
And everyone knows cats are good at Mobile Legends.
Everyone knows that?
Everyone
I didn't know
knows that. Yeah.
Well, apparently we will see if Team Onyx will try to go for that finish, but I don't think so. They can go back, they can go for that safer route, but oh, what is that damage
my
from Boots?
goodness.
What is that
That is
damage?
Sea
It comes from
Halberd.
an XP laner?
8-minute Sea Halberd coming up from Boots, going in for the concussive blast as well. So you have extreme amount of burst. And Onyx, they want to end this fast. Look at, oh my god. Oh wait, so Kyrie might have had the Queen's Wings when that initiation happened.
Yeah.
And the Thunder Belt as well. Great itemization. And obviously the Blade Armor is perfect against the Irithel.
Yeah, as a Malaysian right now, I'm worried about the amount of recalls that Zorn has, because I think Sans and Keyboy is ramping it up in this game. And they might have more than Zorn at this point.
Yeah, especially because Chewe went for the Implosion recall as well. I don't think anybody can top that.
Yeah.
Unless what can Zorn do? Maybe a Minimum Fury, perhaps?
Game number 1, Onyx was able to end the game with 11,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
That's not 44,000. It's 10,000.
10,000.
10 point. Now it's 11. Is this the win condition? Is this where they end the game?
Well, I would say for Zorn, first of all, for Zorn to win this, he have to ult flicker creep. Let's see narrative what's gonna happen. Kakak is here. Keyboy is trying to get inside. He's trying to go with Team Onyx. The base is just wide open. You are now, ladies and gentlemen, watching a master at work. Kyrie goes in with the flicker. Open blazing duet. A double kill. A massacre is happening here at the MLBB scene. Look at Team Onyx. They are just taking everything in the speed of light.
Onyx, in their journey to be gods among men, they're starting off well. Usually they lose in the group stage, but this time it's a different Onyx. They want to win it all.
Very dominant run coming out from Onyx. A very dominant start. Not just about their gameplay, but also their drafting. And 1 million.
Oh, wow! This is day number 1 and we hit 1 million?
Hey,
that's amazing. Thank you to everyone watching. And wow, the first day we already broke 1 million?
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
you guys are better than great.
Yeah, indeed. They are also, because they are better than great, they deserve that code, that redemption code that they might just get wonderful awards from.
Either way, it was a good fight, but Onyx is showing why they're one of the favorites. This is if they win this, it is a grand slam. They've won all the championships, all the way from MPL Indonesia, MSC. Now it's just the world title.
Hey, it's just day 1. Relax. Santai, bro.
Santai, bro.
Yeah, it's just day 1.
You sound Indonesian.
Yeah, you know, maybe.
You even said, well played, bro. Very well.
That's Malaysian, though.
What?
Yeah, that is Malaysian.
Yeah.
And see, tomato, potato. Same difference. Same difference.
Well, since everyone said calm down in their language, or even not their language, I would say ihda means calm down also in Arabic. Ihda.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we do know who is not, did not take the game at all calmly was definitely Onyx. They were just all over the place. And if there will be ever a heat map, it's just literally all of the map that's, was lit up by Onyx.
I would say Kyrie did not look like he played very calmly, but there's a lot of situations where he could have died where it shouldn't be all that calm. But the MVP
loves him.
Spicy boy, no, this is Keyboy.
Yeah.
And we can say that he is the MVP because of how many saves that he was able to get. And imagine helping your teammates with just the guiding win. In the early stages, he min-max against his opponents. So he's not only saving his teammates, he's making it so difficult and so frustrating for his enemies to actually face him. Only dying once in this game when they overly committed into the bottom lane, the lizard part of the map. But I think that through the highlights, we're going to see a bigger picture of why Keyboy was the MVP of this game. Brought us by Grab Unlimited. Of course, First Blood going in favor of Onyx. And how about that? The jump coming up from Kyrie. And then there's a lot of saves. Look at the flicker from the Raging Sandstorm. Eventually dies, but my oh my, you already feel the strength of the entirety of Onyx Indonesia.
Well, actually, looking again at the highlights, I can see how much impactful was Boots.
Yeah.
He was doing really good at the background.
Yes. And honestly, this match, this is why I keep saying, if Kyrie wants to be the best, his opponents is his own teammates. Because that was a beautiful save by Keyboy, man. One of the best roam saves that we've seen so far.
I wonder if he had the Queen's Wings during that moment, or if he just had the turtle shield buff. But it was wonderful, and I think this is also because of the draft that they chose, especially because of them going for the Khedira as well as the Matilda. There's a lot of like ways for them to open the river, which also allowed Kyrie to have so much farm in this game.
Yeah, and also I think with the clean finish we saw at the end, that was a strong message to Team BTR. It's a clean sweep, it's a wiped out.
It's a wipeout even. And if you're going to be looking at the emblems, Kyrie was very tacky just off of items. He went for the
wait, what?
damage build up.
Is this real? Syndra is using the Petrify?
I think it was Purify.
Okay. All right. Either ways.
Okay, so